stained and tinted with all colors, a seeming ethnic anarchy. Then, in a little time, we became more alike than we were different. A new society. Not great, but fitted by our very thoughts for greatness. Excuse me, Mr. Twain.
What's that?
Perhaps you recognize those inspiring words from one of America's great writers.
No, Dr. Franklin, I don't recall writing anything like that.
Oh my, of course not. They're from the pen of John Steinbeck, back in the 20th century. Why, it seems he has nearly the same spirit as the founding fathers themselves.
Well, listen to the proud elder statesman.
Mr. Twain, pride is one of our national passions. Even those who overcome it are proud of their humility.
Easy now. I was born honest. Fortunately, more often. Dr. Franklin is our genuine American antique. I suppose got a story to get from you.
Actually, it started long before even my time. It started when dreams and visions of a new world were shrouded in the myths and legends of an old world. Finally, through those early mists of uncertainty, sailed the first great adventurers. This tiny ship is the Mayflower, carrying pilgrims in search of their dream of religious freedom. So, if you pardon an old man's pride, for me, this is the beginning of the American adventure.
There's a land across this ocean I'm waiting to see, a land for these people who dream to be free. So stand up and make so the fish comes to place, unlock with King Mates or King Neptune will place. You think that these land lovers never would last, this cargo of pilgrims well before the mast. It's land ho, we hearties, at last we arrive, and praise be to God, nearly all have survived. But a look for this wilderness brings me to dread that the first bitter winter may leave all dead. They call themselves pilgrims, these poor wretched souls, with a dream to be free in the new world they're known.
Yes, far from welcoming the early settlers, this land severely challenged them. It was a struggle for survival that gave but a tiny toll in a vast, untamed wilderness. In the decades that followed, a new challenge began to emerge. They were growing more and more apart from the mother country. Passion began to govern, and she never governs wisely.
The British think it's fools we be. If they catch our train, then our right be mixed, and soon all else be possessed.
You must be vexed against the French and the Indians. Should you not help a foreign?
Parliament's colonial policy is both arbitrary and unjust.
That's nonsense. The same teeth that cost you 3 shillings a pound cost us 6.
First, we spoke out with our voices. Then, we spoke out with action, with a growing defiance that led to the Boston Intifada.
My royal proclamation, His Majesty King George III, hereby sets.
Look at this. They're closing the harbor. But surely we can work something out. Our king feels withdrawal.
Your king, Tory, either we cut the ties with England or we surrender our liberty.
Finally, the time had come to speak with one voice in a declaration of independence. Good evening, Mr. Jefferson. Have you finished the new draft yet?
Those are new drafts all over the floor, Dr. Franklin.
It seems one stroke of this pen brings two changes from Congress. I told you John Adams should have written this.
Oh, by his own admission, you can write circles around him.
Mr. Adams has not been prisoner in this law for 17 days. I shall continue tomorrow.
You must continue now. Thomas, it is difficult to make 13 clocks chime at the same time. And we must carefully justify the separation.
Dr. Franklin, while you slept soundly through the meeting this afternoon, we did manage to justify separation. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain inalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. It is a true right.
I stopped thinking about a night again. But at least you got shoes, mate. There's not a dozen left who can say that. Don't tell me. Tell the good general then. Tell him that half his hand has got typhus, smallpox, or dysentery. And there be other ration amongst us. Now, we've been foraged for cleaners. Aye, while the English overindulged in half of Philadelphia's fine food and drink. 'Tis a strange war we shoulder, George Washington. Congress sleeps warmly in York, and the British party in Philadelphia. And we freeze or starve to death here in Valley Forge.
Johnny Red.
Why, both of you? You're gonna ruin Ma's birthday.
No, no. Ain't nothing can ruin today. We're all together. That's what counts. Now, you go ahead, Mr. Reed.
All right, everybody. Hold real still.
Two brothers on their way, two brothers on their way, two brothers on their way, one more blue and one more gray. One more blue and one more gray, as they marched along the way. The fife and drum began to play. Oh, what a beautiful morning. One was gentle, one was kind. One was gentle, one was kind. One came home, one stayed behind. A cannonball, no pain, no wine. Cannonball, don't pay no mind if you're gentle or if you're kind. It goes the roads behind. Oh, what a beautiful morning. Oh, what a beautiful
At last, the terrible Civil War ended. The time had come to rebuild our shattered nation. And a new wave of immigrants would help us do it. Around the world they came, these new Americans. 1,000 golden curves, no caramel, all pouring into one. Seems there was a new dawn coming to the American adventure.
Enough! Enough of your words. Let your new dawn lead to the final sunset on my people's side. When I think of our condition, my heart is heavy. I see men of my own race treated as outlaws or shot down like animals. I hope that all of us may be brothers, with one country around us and one government for all. From where the sun now stands, I will fight no more, forever.
The wisdom of the great Chief Joseph reminded us once again of our long, painful journey to the frontiers of Europe. Well, here we are, back in the heat of Franklin's Philadelphia again. We're 100 years old today. Came a long way in that first century. And like Susan B. Anthony, we're still speaking out.
And why shouldn't we, Mr. Twain?
As Tom Edison said, discontent is the first necessity of progress.
Edison, afraid I don't think the thing.
Edison had young phonograph inventor. What this great hall is filled with new inventions. The Otis elevator, Ford's magnificent steam engine. And don't forget me telephone, the true hallmark of progress.
Aha! Behold the proud Scots.
That's right. Carnegie Steel built this place.
Aye, and it'll soon build a new concert hall for New York. Oh, Carnegie Hall, eh? It'll never last. Donating libraries. Andy, that's grand idea.
It's an age for grand ideas. an era for innovation,
A dawn for new awareness.
A time to challenge the frontiers of a new century. Yes, sir. We soared into the 20th century on the wings of invention and the winds of change. But our American beautiful, she was changing too. We needed people like Teddy Roosevelt and outspoken naturalist John Muir to get our attention.
Beautiful. Fully beautiful. Those falls are magnificent.
Aye, Mr. President. But it won't last if the timber thieves have their way.
John, you may be right, but the country's growth is putting a tremendous demand on our resources.
Any fool can destroy trees. Why, for more than 3,000 years, God has cared for our giants of wild, saved them from drought, disease, avalanche, and flood. But he cannot save them from food.
Now, John, you know I can't ask lumbering to stop completely.
All I ask is that we stop massive destruction. What will our children inherit? Seedlings?
Of course not. I realize we're not building this country for a generation alone. I know we've got to expand our parks.
Then start it here and now. Make this valley a part of Yosemite National Park.
Well, I guess we needed those national parks. Seems the simple life my day is slipping away. Ready or not, we were soon thrust into the hectic role of a world leader and into the war to end all wars.
More than 33 grueling non-stop hours after his departure from New York, Captain Charles Augustus Whitburn successfully landed his fearless Eagles in Paris last week. Unfortunately, someone flight across the Atlantic and certainly placed him on the brink of a long line of American pioneers.
Today, October 29, 1929, Wall Street became America's greatest ball of drum. This stock market crash has tarnished the golden dreams of millions.
Once I built a tower to the sun, brick and red and lime. Once I built a tower, now it's gone. Brother, can you spare a dime?
Spare dime? Sure. Buy 4 apples, and I'll loan you back to 10 cents.
Hey, Sam, I heard tell there's New York millionaires that selling apples too.
You mean ex-millionaires, don't you?
Hey, it looks like the storm's finally letting up. Yeah, maybe the Sunday drivers will come out hunting for gas.
Ain't many folks that pay no 18 cents a gallon.
Hey, listen, fellas. Old FDR's getting off of me.
This great nation will endure, as it has endured, will revive and will prosper. So first of all, let me assert my firm belief that the only thing we have to fear is fear itself.
Yeah, so hope he's right. Folks could use a little prosperity around these parts.
Yes, before this depression, we sure have enjoyed special blessings.
Oh,
But you know, there seems to me that we was mighty
ready for it.
Yesterday, December 7th, 1941, the United States of America was suddenly and deliberately attacked.
Well, Rosie, think you'll ever get this old duck back in the fight?
We'll sure try, Sarah. Hey, what did you fellas do? Let the whole Nazi leave you for fire practice? Yeah, no wonder they got us working double shifts. Great way to celebrate the holidays with our guys over there. Cheer up, Dave. Maybe we'll all be together by next Christmas.
America spreads her golden wings, sail on freedom's wing across the sky. Great bird with your golden wings, flying high, flying high. America, you must be dreaming now, dreaming the promise now of your quiet
founding fathers never dreamed of an America like this.
Of course not. We were dreamers. We were visionaries. That is why our Constitution withstands the rigors of time.
Easy now, Dr. Franklin. This nation's still just a youngster, don't you know? Why, some countries have been around for 50 centuries. We're barely in our third.
That's true. But look what we've accomplished in that tiny span of time.
My dear Doctor, earlier you found John Steinbeck so inspiring. And he also sounded this warning. We now face the danger which in the past has been the most destructive to the human: success, plenty, comfort, and ever-increasing leisure. No dynamic people has ever survived these dangers.
I may have invented these Bibles I'm wearing, but I can assure you they are not rose-colored. Mr. Twain, the golden age never was the present age, but with human liberty we can fulfill the promise and need of America. To everyone a chance, believe Thomas Wolfe. To all people, regardless of their birth, right to live, to work, to be themselves, and to become whatever their visions can combine to make them. This is the promise of America. Mr. Twain, it is easy to see, hard to foresee, but I foresee the American adventure to continue a long, long time.